Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today, I managed to get a jelly mould, we call them lolly ice maker. So I'm just about to do the evening meal. I've chopped up the fruit ready to prepare for the lolly ices. And I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I thought this is the optimum time to make another video, especially in this weather. What better things can we do than making lolly ices? So I've said the words in that order, lolly ices, several times. Now, where we are in Northwest Lancashire, UK, we actually call them lolly ices, whereas everyone else calls them ice lollies. So it's not a grammatical mistake, it's something we're conscious of. It's just we choose to put the words in that way around. We call them lolly ices. So as I say, I'm just about to make the evening meal. I've got the fruit ready. So I've got 840 grams of rhubarb and strawberries, a couple of raspberries thrown in, but not many because quite a few of them had actually dried up on the branches because of this hot weather we're lucky to have at the moment. So when we make a jam, we normally do equal amount of sugar to the amount of fruit. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just do half the amount of sugar, um, somewhat similar to how you'd make a cordial. And I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Put the heat on for that. The glasses on, Marianne. Get that coming up. So this lolly ice maker has actually cost me £6. Now it's an awful lot of money for what it is. A lot of my viewers know how frugal I am, really, and a lot of the times I'll get fantastic bargains, such as big bags of vegetables for 50p or sometimes even free. So for me to spend that amount of money on a lolly ice mould, you're probably quite shocked by. But it's something I wanted. This one in particular has got rivets in, somewhat like what we would call locally a twister lolly ice. And this one's got like zigzag shapes. I just find it so much easier. I've had other lolly ice makers in the past. Obviously, the boys growing up, it was something we made on a regular basis. Other than buying in lolly ices or buying in these, big ice pops and snapping them in half and giving them half each, and then them creeping back and taking a full one each anyway. Those kind of things go on. There'd be some times where we didn't have a lolly ice maker, so we'd use the ice cube box and just pour lemonade in or fruit juices or whatever we had at the time. We'd just give them those in a bowl. But even a cup simple as this, a plastic cup, I wouldn't recommend using the ceramic cups. But a cup like this, you can actually get your lolly ice sticks. I collect my elastic bands and keep them handy for whenever I need them. So what you could do is you could take a stick, place your elastic band around your cup one side, place your elastic band around the cup the other side. If you've collected elastic bands and you've got them there for the use, then you might as well use them. Look, they're not staying on for me at the moment because I'm trying to rush. Just bear with me because this is something I used to do for my boys when they were younger. More haste, less speed, Marianne. People do this in candle making to keep the wick upright. and it's the same process. So you've got your 4 elastic bands. Around the cup, you put your lolly ice stick, preferably a bit bigger, in the middle. You pour in whatever you're making the lolly ice with, and you stand that in the freezer. Take the elastic bands off, hold the cup. It'll just come out like a popsicle. You've got it, and the kids are more than happy. You don't have to fill the cup. You can half fill the cup. Kids are more than happy. They've got a nice lolly. So you don't have to go to the expense of buying these kits. It's a long-winded way of what I was trying to explain, but there you go. So I chose to invest in the maker. So as I've got this on, coming to a liquid now, you can see because I added the water, the sugar's being incorporated with the water. It's already changed colour. You can see the strawberries and the rhubarb are leaching out into the colour of the water. So I'm going to bring this to the boil. I'm going to let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes. And then I'm going to take the hand blender out and blend it all down. Now, if I was making a cordial, you could actually drain off and keep the fruit content separate. If you're making a jam, you could do that. I tend to leave fruit in if I'm making a jam, and we'll have that with the spread or with the cake bacon or whatever we have. Because I'm using this for lolly ices, I'm actually going to leave the fruit pulp in. And I think it'll just make the lolly ices even tastier. So that's what I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to bring this to the boil and then take it from there. So I'll come back in a minute. Okay, so the fruit's all stewed down now and it's all nice and soft. So I'm going to take the hand blender, make sure it's at the bottom. Really careful at this stage because it's absolutely scorching. It will burn. Little tiny bits of fruit in. We went to actually buy lolly ices. Mr. Wallflowers and I had been shopping. The only relief we had was the air conditioning in the shops. It was absolutely scorcho. So we decided whilst we were in the shops, we were going to look and treat ourselves to a lolly ice each. The only flavours we could see was watermelon. We don't particularly like watermelon, so we weren't going to pay £1, £1.50 per ice lolly, for what was meant to be a treat. So we left that shop, bought a couple of things, and we had to go to another shop to look for some things. Again, just watermelon or flavours we didn't particularly like. So we went in a local shop, Farm Foods, and we were going to bulk buy, which is sometimes what we've done when we haven't had a maker. And of course, you're paying £2-3 for a box of decent lolly ices. So we ended up getting some in the end, those rocket types and the fab types, and we put them away. And of course, with this weather, we've been going through them. So if you think we spent £2 on one box and we spent £3 on another box, was £5 anyway, which made us get to the point that we weren't particularly bothered about paying £5 for a maker that will last for quite a few years because there's only the two of us now. So although it sounded a lot of money for us to invest, financially it works out quite savvy. If we think it's £2 and £3 for a box of lolly ices at the moment, I think next year, we're going to be paying at least £5 for a box, if not by the end of this year. So, yeah, We went out for one day. We took a day down to the beach. We'd gone to Ainsdale Beach, and we decided to treat ourselves to ice cream. We picked the flavours. We stood there quite excited, waiting for them. The one said, "Oh, that'll be £9.45, please, for two ice creams." So at that point, he's handing them over, and we had no choice, and we paid it. I mean, we enjoyed them. It was a scorcho day again, and it was absolutely fabulous for, just under £10 for two ice creams. The prices are through the roof, but we're not going to stop eating it because we like it. So get making some. For some reason. Now I'm quite happy with that. Gone a little bit frothy, but that'll be okay. And any final little chunks that are in there will just be quite nice in the lolly ice. So I'm actually going to leave that to cool down for a while because I'm not going to put them straight into a rubber mould whilst they're so hot. I'm going to leave them to cool down, pour it in a jug, and then I will fill the mould. So I'll come back and do that in a minute. So I've got it to the stage where it's still warm, but it's cool enough to put in. I'm going to start filling up. So I'm holding the stick down so it fills below the stick, so the ice lolly is on both sides of the stick. I don't know if you could see me doing that, Mr. Wallflowers. So as I press the stick down, it comes up a bit, and then I pour the liquid in. So the lolly ice is both sides of the stick. It's just resting even. Oh, piece of fruit in that one. They'll be an interesting shape when they come out, them twister ones, won't they? And now, I've allocated the bottom shelf of the freezer. Ready to place them in. As my freezer is actually, what is it, -20, Mr. Wallflowers? I'm hoping they should be done within a couple of hours, really. There's no alcohol, there's no excessive sugar, and there's no excess fruit. There's the odd little lump in it, so that should cut the freezing time right down. Obviously, if there were those things in, it would take a lot longer. Some can take 6 to 8 hours or longer, so I'm hoping that's about 2 hours. So, still time for us to have a couple today, and I'm going to take them out when they're frozen, and I'm going to wrap each one in a small sandwich bag, and then around the stick I'm going to use the sandwich bag ties, and I'm just going to tie it on and just keep them all separate. That's how I'm going to store the lolly ices. I'm just going to stack them up. So within that space here in the freezer, if I bring these two trays forward, I've still got a space where I can start stacking the lolly ices up towards the back and still keep that space. So hopefully over the night I should get at least 3 lots of the 8, giving us 20, oops, giving us 24 lolly ices made. I'm hoping at least 3 lots, possibly even more. So if I pour that amount in back into the jug, we've got that. Put a lid back on it and keep that for the next couple of hours. Once it's completely cooled, I'll put it in the fridge and store it there until we use it. But yeah, it tastes delicious. I've already made rhubarb and strawberry jam, rhubarb and strawberry biscuits with bits in. We know we like the flavour, so we know the lolly ice is actually going to be fruity and quench our thirst. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you start making some nice lolly ices, ice cream, or something to soothe yourself during these hot temperatures. Thanks for joining us today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.